Marcellus Ball spent 35 years with the Detroit Police Department, but earlier this year, while searching for a condo in Livonia, he says he faced something he never expected.
Get out of my face.
This is a private
I
street
know
here.
what it is.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
If you knew, you wouldn't be here.
Feeling uneasy, Ball began recording. He says Dombrowski had a knife in his pocket.
Right through here where I could see it.
Something confirmed on a 911 call.
Get out of here.
No.
Get your car out of here.
We met Ball back at the complex for an interview. Dombrowski walked right up. When we asked Dombrowski why he confronted Ball, his answer pointed to suspicion.
Why would you feel so hostile towards someone like Marcellus Ball pulling up into your condo complex?
Well, Marcellus didn't have a very cogent story to offer me about his presence here with his Volvo.
The Wayne County prosecutor charged him with disorderly person and disturbing the peace. We were there for his first court appearance.
That is a misdemeanor punishable by anything from probation and fines and costs to a maximum of 93 days incarceration, or 90 days incarceration, I apologize, and or a $500 fine.
His court-appointed attorney said he was suffering from a mental illness, was off his medication, and undergoing anger management.
If this is true, anger didn't provoke you to go up to that man and say the things you did and try to keep him out of your neighborhood. That wasn't anger, that was racism.
If you Google the word idiot under images, a picture of Donald Trump comes up. I just did that. How would that happen? How does search work so that that would occur?
We provide search today for any time you type in a keyword. We, as Google, we've gone out and crawled and stored copies of billions of web pages in our index. And we take the keyword and match it against web pages and rank them based on over 200 signals. Things like relevance, freshness, popularity, how other people are using it. And based on that, at any given time, we try to rank and find the best results for that query. And then we evaluate them with external raters to make sure that, and they evaluate it to objective guidelines.
If you Google...
You want to talk about radical kindness? Let's talk about Mr. Rogers. Because that soft voice and that cardigan, that wasn't weakness, that was strategy. Mr. Rogers was a subversive force in a world built on cruelty. And half the people watching had no idea what he was really doing. Fred Rogers wasn't just a TV host for kids. He was a Presbyterian minister who saw the world shredding children's self-worth and decided to do something about it. He didn't scream, he didn't preach. He built a slow, quiet little show on PBS with fish tank songs and hand puppets. And under all that softness was resistance. He told children that your feelings are real. You matter and you are loved exactly as you are. That doesn't sound radical until you realize how much this country depends on people not believing that. So let's go back to 1969. The civil rights movement is still raging. White folks are literally dumping bleach into swimming pools trying to keep black people out. And what does Mr. Rogers do? He invites Officer Clemens, a black man, on his show. And together they cooled their feet in a kiddie pool. No speeches, no slogans, just quiet protest on children's television. And Clemens, he was actually one of the first openly gay black men on TV. That wasn't an accident. That was Mr. Rogers making space when no one else would. He tackled divorce, death, war, disability, stuff that most adults didn't even know how to talk about. He did it with puppets and silence. He turned pain into conversation. He turned softness into power. In 1969, the government tried to gut public broadcasting, and they brought in Mr. Rogers to testify before the Senate. He didn't beg, he didn't rage. He gave a 6-minute speech on children's emotional needs and melted a hardline senator into a yes vote. That's not just charisma. That's moral clarity. And it saved PBS. Fred Rogers was actually one of the most radical media figures that we've ever had. He looked into the camera and told millions of children, you are enough. Not once you're rich, not when you've healed. Right now, just as you are. He didn't raise us. But for kids who grew up needing calm, needing safety, needing someone who saw us before the world tried to harden us, he held the line. That's not nostalgia, it's legacy. And I, for one, can say that he made a massive impact on my life. And in a country that's still obsessed with profit, with performance, with punishment, Mr. Rogers reminds us that gentleness is not the opposite of strength. It's proof of it.
Please won't you be my neighbor?